Hey guys, welcome to another video. So in this video, I'm going to show you a new movement technique that I found. I was recently going through the lab, just trying to find some new ways to just do some advanced movement stuff. And I recently came across this technique that I found in Greatsword specifically. And I'm calling this ledge breaking. So as you know, in the game, you can cancel the ledge with maybe D-lights. As you can see, you can kind of just stop right there. You can't really use it on other attacks, but you can cancel it with down inputs. So you can do it there, and you can even do it with the down sig. So you can basically lock yourself onto the platform, and you can even cancel it with the dash, like both ways as well. You can even cancel it while you're doing a chase dodge if you didn't know. That's one thing that I found while experimenting, is that you can do that. So in this technique, there is a combination of this and some other things as well with Greatsword. So with Greatsword, there's this move called Dare, where there's two different variations of this attack. So you have the aerial version and you have the grounded version. So if I were to show you the damage of the aerial version, you see it's like around 13 to 15. And if you do the grounded version, it's about 1 to 2. Well, there's a way for you to combine those two variations together. So if you do it in between the aerial and the ground, you can actually do both versions of this move. So as you can see, the dare goes through the platform just for a second, and then you stick to the ground. So if you hit this on somebody, it actually combines the attack. You see that? You can see like the numbers kind of crunch up together like that. And so I recently found this out through the platform. And so that same mechanic can be used on platforms as well. And there's also so many different things you can do with this. Like there's also some weird techniques where if you hit dare a certain way, it can actually drop. So you can stay grounded while doing the knockback of the aerial version. So let's see if I like try to hit it. There you go. So as you can see, the way to explain this is that you're moving away from the enemy. So you're hitting the aerial version first, but since you're going to the grounded version, you basically miss the enemy. So it's doing the sound of the aerial version, but you're down the ground with the grounded version. And so as I show you how to use this on platforms, you'll kind of see that in play. This movement technique, there's so much to it. Like there's different things that are in combination with each other. So there's the whole ledge canceling thing. And there's this other thing that I recently found out, is that you can fast fall through platforms and still do the ledge cancel. So you probably realized this in games as well. Like maybe you try to go down and you accidentally cancel your fast fall with a dare. Maybe you wanted to do this. Well, you can do that like intentionally. As you can see, I kind of go through the platform for a second, but I cancel it with a D-light. You can also do the same thing with dashes. And so I think this is in play with what I'm about to show you. The first time that I found this out, I was like, oh my God, I was dumbfounded. I couldn't process what was happening because it looks so weird seeing it for the first time. But this, the whole combination with aerial and grounded dare, you can do it on the platform. So you can see it. You can see it going from the aerial to the grounded version. But if you combine the fast fall technique with this, so you hit the dare, it locks itself on the ground, and you hold down after. So dare, fast fall immediately. You can like spam the down input with it, but it actually teleports you below the platform. So as you can see, look at that. It's so weird. So sometimes you can kind of like just fall through, or even just literally just teleport through it. It's so goofy. And what's insane about this is that you can actually keep going with the dare. So you can go like that. And if you touch the ground again, you could do the finisher. And it's like actually so insane. And you can even do this off stage as well. If you give yourself enough momentum on the dare, you can actually do this as well off stage. Like that. So keep in mind is that if you miss the dare off stage like that, you can do only the secondary, but the finisher is if you're still on ground. And so with this in mind, you'll see just how weird it gets when you put it on a platform. So normally if you just hold down on dare while you're doing it, you just do the aerial version. But if you just hit dare and you lock onto it, you actually can hit the same attack twice. Just like how I said it here, but it's so much weirder here. You hear that? There's 2 dare sounds in there, and you saw it in the damage. It hits both versions of the dare. As you can see, it gets really weird because, as I said before, you can basically do the aerial knockback on the grounded version, which you can do on platforms. If you do it in a certain way where you can like intentionally miss it and do the grounded version like that. You see, I was in the grounded version and it still went up. But if you do it like that, it moves to the side. And if you do the fast fall, you also go down with the player, and you can do some like really weird stuff with this. Like you see, like you can even go like that. At sometimes you can even do true combos off of this too. There's like actually so much you can do with this. And I'll show you as well that not only Greatsword can do this, but other weapons can do this. The one thing is that Greatsword, there's a lot more versatility with this because of how this dare works. But this basically works with any sort of attack that has both an aerial and grounded version. A sort of aerial grounded version that kind of glues to the ground. So you'll see that with Blaster's Dare or even like Spear Dare. Spear Dare is like way harder to do, but you can actually do it on Spear Dare. And I'll show you in some clips that what sort of true combos you can do. But imagine the team combo implications of this, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so different, and it's like, Greatsword barely has any true combos. Like you can only do Silate, D-Light, or maybe even another D-Light after that. Maybe Dare Nair. But this, you can combine Dare with grounded attacks. And you can just use this to completely just confuse your opponent. Like you can just go in and be like, oh, I'm a Dare, but I'm gonna go through the platforms. And they're gonna be like, wait, what? You can like just, like you see that? I literally teleported up and went back down. Like, it looks so weird. So you're basically hitting Dare, making it magnet up to the platform, and you're fast falling down. So you're basically confusing the game if it's doing an aerial or a grounded version. That's basically what's happening right here. And so it gets so weird. And like another little true combo that I found, if you hit GP on the ground, you can actually make it kind of cancel, kind of like how Blasters is. You can do that as well on Greatsword. And if you use that sort of speed in platforms, you can actually make it a true combo. So if you kind of move in a way where you're slightly lower on the platform, you make the GP just fast enough to make it a true combo. And it's insane. And you can see that whole true combo is 30 damage. You see, 30 damage, and that's just light attacks. Imagine someone just pulls that up in tournament, just does a dare GP like that. It's actually crazy. Now, I want to show you some other weapons that can do this. So I wanted to specifically show this new movement technique in Greatsword because, again, it's very versatile in this sort of way. But I also want to show you what this also looks like in other weapons. But this technique actually helped me solve a very specific and niche problem I had with battle boots. So as you know, Dare has active input. So if you hold on Dare on the ground, you stay on the ground. But if you don't, you just bounce off of the player. And that actually creates a problem when you're on platforms. So what if you want to use the grounded version of Dare on platforms? Well, you can't do that actually because of the whole active input mechanic. So normally if you just Dare, bounce, of course. But if you hold it, you go through the platform. So how do you do grounded dares on platforms if the main mechanic basically defies that? Well, you can actually do the ledge breaking technique on here. You can actually cancel it to the grounded version. But the thing is, although this is like a solution of some sorts to that problem, it's pretty hard to pull off, but it's there. You see what I mean? So I did the grounded dare, but I didn't go through the platform. If you are consistent enough with this technique, you can keep it going on the platform and you can do like a sidelight after this. And as I said, there's many applications of this ledge breaking technique. So it can have different effects on different weapons. So Dare on Gauntlets actually has a grounded animation. So normally you just do a couple little punches in the animation. But if you do it on the ground, there's actually like little sparks in the ground. And if you hit it in a way on the platform, you actually do the grounded animation while still moving. So like there's something going on there. And so I'm kind of trying to like open this door to other people to experiment, because there seems to be a lot of stuff going on with this sort of technique. And as I said, you can also do this with the new grounded versions of blasters and spear dares. So it's a little weird, but blasters can be canceled on like the second hit of the move, as you can see. So it kind of does a weird movement, but if you do the fast fall right after the grounded version, you can actually go through the platform. And also, if you want to know why I call this ledge breaking, it's just basically like what it looks like. It's like, this feels like it just breaks the game. Like this doesn't seem like a normal thing. So I called it ledge breaking. It's kind of in combination with the whole ledge canceling thing. I called this ledge breaking because of that. It breaks the mechanics of the platform. Because it's just like, you're confusing the game with the aerial and grounded versions. And so, as you know, with the new spear dare, you can do the grounded version. And you can kind of see there's like different animations to it. And if you do it in a certain way, you can hit the dare slightly above you like that. But you can also do ledge breaking on the dare. If you like that. It looks so weird, but you actually do the grounded version of dare. And like, honestly, I have no idea how you can even use this. Like, I know there's actually there's a different kind of angle to the grounded dare, so maybe there's something with that. But yeah, it's super weird. Oh my god, that's so weird. That's so weird. It doesn't even hit. Like, does it have a hitbox or something? So there was this old video that I did in the channel where I experimented with cannon in the lab, and I found some cool stuff you can do with dare, and I feel like there was a bit of ledge breaking in that sort of instance as well. And so I'll show you what I mean by that. Alright, so normally you can just dare like this on a platform. If you hold down, you can do this. But if you don't hold down and you hit it at a certain height, you can actually do the grounded version. And this is basically what I experimented with back then. I even showed it in a little YouTube short as well, like some more things to experiment with this. I might honestly classify this as some sort of ledge breaking technique. So let's kind of like say ledge breaking is basically when you're confusing grounded and aerial variations of attacks on platforms. As you can see, you can kind of do some weird stuff with this. You see what I mean? And so you can also do the grounded variation of dare. You can also see it has some weird movement too. You can kind of like keep moving up while doing it, or just stay down if you just do it normally like that. You can also do the grounded version while also like staying down like that. So yeah, that's basically all the weapons that I know for now. There's probably some other ones like bow. I know bow has a grounded variation, but you kind of get my point. There's a lot of weapons that has this sort of technique. So just think of it as whatever light attack has a grounded and aerial version. See what happens if you put it on a platform, and see what you can do with it when you fast fall through it. The reason I wanted to make this video, not just to show this cool technique, like, oh, like, look how weird this is, but I kind of want to share this with other people and see what other people can do with this. I've always wanted to see if there's any more techniques you can do in Brawlhalla. Like, I'm always trying to find new things with this game, and this one seems to be, there seems to be something here. So I want to start a little something in the Brawlhalla community. I want to see if anybody finds any sort of new tech with this sort of thing. If you can, make a YouTube video about it and tag me in it, and I'll see if I can comment on it and see like what we can make out of it. But maybe we can make it in a way that we can use in pro play or something like that. It'd be super cool, and see if we can come up with something like this. So, and then if you want, you can tag me in the description and just let me know about the video, and then I'll see if I can comment on it. Because just stuff like this is super exciting to know about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.